So now that we have been upside down for this entire week, I want to take the time to talk about the points of how to balance. Now, we've talked about this from a standing position, and we've vaguely talked about it when we are on the floor. But there are a few things to take deeply into consideration. When we talk about shapes, triangles are huge. Triangles are one of the strongest shapes that you can use as a foundation. So when we talk about those handstands and having that triangular hand pose, that gives you a strong foundation. When we talk about how your head is connected when you are doing a tripod, you have the top of the triangle and the base. Those triangles give you the support you need. When you go to do like your 2-arm freezes and the one that I demonstrated, you're creating yet another triangle. This time, the base being your head, the arm that's under you, and the top of the triangle being your extended arm. That's one of the easiest ways to think about it because the primary bulk of your weight is between your head and the arm you are braced on. That gives you the ability then to free up this arm should the need arise. Other balance points you need to be aware of. Whenever you're upside down, you need to make sure that you keep everything in alignment. There are certain positions where you may extend and do more of a shoulder rest rather than your hand. That being said, you're not just letting things go. You're still extending through your spine. In the 2-arm freeze that I demonstrated, you're keeping a straighter alignment throughout your spine and lengthening through the top of your head. That's important when you're doing your tripod. You want to make sure that you're not shrugging things up. That's all in your alignment to be able to create those balance points. When you're looking at things like arm extensions for being in a handstand, the straighter you can get your arms, the better. Obviously, again, you don't want to be locking them out. And when you do get more comfortable doing them, you can get them more shoulder width apart. So you're basically standing on your hands. There's still a little bit of forgiveness in there because, again, you don't want to be hyperextending. When you're locking your arm into your hip, there's a groove. If you feel your hip bone, there's a spot just above it that your elbow locks into. So you're using your bones as balance points. Now, this takes some time finding that sweet spot. You should not feel like you are digging your elbow into organs. You should not feel like you're wobbling on the bone. You basically find that groove, and that is going to be the sweet spot that you can just suspend yourself on. It all comes back to using geometry and kind of mathematical deduction here in order to find your body's balance points on itself. Again, none of these moves should be done without proper instruction. This week is solely about showing you guys how to do some of this stuff, but again, practice safely and make sure that you have an instructor that is able to guide you appropriately. I will see you tomorrow.